This week's Mom's a Genius was able to turn a hobby into a career.
And we love stories like this. Angie Hunt from Little Darlings Rubber Stamp Company is with us this morning to talk about your journey. And it's just incredible because you have done so well with your hobby, turning it into a business. Did you have any idea this would happen?
I didn't, and it was actually quite scary to begin with, going from designer to manufacturer. I had a lot of friends in the industry that helped. But it was kind of scary, but we're doing well, and we continue to grow, so that's good.
How did you get your start? I mean, when you think of, a career, stamp designing isn't one that comes to mind. How did you start designing stamps?
Well, my husband saw how much time I was spending doing this, and I loved doing it, and he kind of said, you should be able to make some money at this. And I got on the phone, and I just started thinking, who can illustrate these? I haven't drawn in so long. I contacted one of my best friends, and she was the first person I asked, do you happen to know anybody that illustrates? And as it turned out, her cousin was a children's book illustrator.
Really? How
and
convenient.
she was my very first illustrator. So.
And so how many illustrators do you have?
We've got 4 illustrators now. Three are here in the States, and one is in the UK.
When did you know this? You know something? This is a hobby, but I think my husband's right. I think I can make some money at this.
Well, he kept saying it.
He was getting annoyed.
And so I
Dad's a genius too, right?
Well, yeah, I started, my store actually started more as a retail store, and I carried some different products, and I just thought, well, let's see if we can just do one small little collection of stamps and see how we do. And it was kind of a rough start. But I don't know, somehow it just took off.
Well, when you say it's a rough start, I mean, what advice would you give to somebody who has an idea and they have a great time doing it to monetize that idea, to start it as a business? What advice would you give them? I
think patience. I think patience is really the biggest thing, because when you're starting a new company, first of all, when you're turning a hobby into a business, you have to remember it might not be quite as much fun in the same sense as it was when it was a hobby. Now you have to think of it differently. So you have to take one hat off and put the other hat on. Sure. Now you've become a business person. But patience, because they always say, if it doesn't make it in the first 3 years, it's probably not going to make it. And I think that's true. But you can struggle for a while, and you're going to have ups and downs, and I think just stick with it and be patient.
Well, there may be some people at home that have a great hobby. They're really talented at something. But how did you get distribution? I mean, you had the great product, but how did you get it into the marketplace?
The best thing we ever did, there's a big trade show called the Craft and Hobby Association Trade Show. It happens annually in Anaheim. It's a huge crafting trade show. It's quite expensive to do something like that, but it was the best investment we ever made. When we went there, we were picked up by distributors all over the world.
Fantastic. So making that leap, doing that really paid off.
Yes.
And you have a new line coming out. Tell us about that.
We've got a couple of new collections that are going to be coming out actually later this month. One of our new candy bean collections, and we've got a brand new collection that we've called From the Hollow, and it's filled with pixies, some little fairies, and those are going to be coming out in the next couple of months.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, very quickly, where can people find your stamps?
Well, I think the easiest place would be littledarlingsrubberstamps.com. You will find us in St. Clair Shores. At the Happy Scrapper. There are some of our products there locally. You can find us all over the internet too. There's a lot of retail stores that are on the internet.
Well, we're so excited for you, happy for you. I imagine you're going to get even more buzz than you already have.
Thank you.
Angie Hunt, continued success.
Thank you
Thanks
so much.
On.
Thank you.
Angie. We'll be right back with more 7 Action News this morning on TV 20 Detroit right after this.